Red tide is an algae bloom that cause fish to die. That's very sad. Okay, so different drink tonight. So far, the glass has orange juice in it, and that's it. I'm gonna put something a little special in when we get to our first customer. And that's how that's gonna be. Jill, boss, cat, girl, maybe say. Don't know. Oh yeah, I just remembered something. Well, I'll talk about it later. It's the kind of thing that I'd probably be better off talking about after I get drunk, so don't worry about it. So, no new notifications or reminders. Jill bought what she wanted, and she's pleased with herself. She will surely focus at work. You can now use Nano Camo to customize your room. And indeed I have done that. Green walls, white bullet bill, kotatsu blanket. Pretty fancy. Did I get champagne? No. I don't like wine. At all, really. It's not very juicy, no, Toaster. Tell Alyssa I said hi. Hi, GameBot. Oh, you were saying hi to Alyssa. I was about to say, you've been here, GameBot. Why are you saying hi? You were saying hi to Alyssa. Okay, so I did do a few things after the previous day of work. I bought Jill something. I can't remember what I even bought her. Oh, the fan, and it's right here. Jill herself pointed out the oddity of getting a fan during winter, but nonetheless she wanted one. I understand that feeling. I actually have noticed that when I don't have a fan on, or you know, when I don't have some kind of white noise really, which is usually a fan for me, I feel lonely somehow, which makes sense actually because I usually am alone. But I shouldn't feel less lonely when I have some kind of white noise, but I do. It's pretty much the only thing that summer has going for it. Which is that I have a fan on during summer, and I can't really during winter, because it's too cold. Fans are great white noise for sleeping. Yeah, especially for me, because like I don't know if it's like actual legit tinnitus. I don't think it is because it's not that big of a deal, but it's a minor deal, and I have a slight ringing in my ears in total silence. So when I'm trying to sleep like that, it's kind of bad. It's not a big deal, but it's a minor thing. Alyssa can't say hi back because her mouth is full of chocolate pudding. Well, GameBot's just gonna have to live with that, I guess. You sleep with your ceiling fan on, yeah. Yeah, exactly. White noise is just really good. You need a fan on because you're always hot. I'm pretty sensitive to heat, but not in the dead of winter. Anyway, oh yeah, I already established there was nothing new to read on Kyoto Miki's blog, nothing new on 4chan. Oh wait, there is new stuff on 4chan. I was wrong. I guess I was thinking of the previous day. Apollo Bank is getting attacked. That sounds interesting. Remember, that's where Sei was stationed. She was having some kind of meeting there. Or I don't know. I don't remember if she was part of the meeting or if she was just there to like, you know, be on guard duty during the meeting. I'm pretty sure she was actually involved in the meeting somehow. Anyway, point is, Sei is stationed at Apollo Bank, and the whole big thing is like, you know, holy shit, is she gonna be okay? Is everything there fine? So, Apollo Bank is being attacked, and no one is reporting on it. Are you actually surprised? Considering the nature of their threats, it's clear that Quincy doesn't want to take the blame. What a fucking coward. Do we have any sources there? I'm posting from the site. It looks like someone inside the bank with a huge bomb threatening to blow up the building. That sounds either made up or like a really big deal. Any demands? They want Quincy to quit and the White Knights disbanded. Wow, so they're actually helping the protesters? That's not the way to help the people. What if this is just a huge false flag to blame the opposition? I wouldn't be surprised. This fucking place, lol. Let's wait for more info. That's a pretty, accurate, like, way of 4chan discussing an ongoing thing. Like, except for this post here, let's wait for more info. That's not very realistic. You wouldn't see something like that. But otherwise, yeah. Also, as usual, I like to read way too much into games and, like, expect way too much out of their writing. Even if this game does have really good writing so far, I doubt it's actually doing this. But my first instinct is to be like, okay, these people are just, wait, which one was it? Right here. This guy right here, or this chick probably, is just making shit up. There's actually no bomb or anything. So, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. But if it does, it's like, well, are we gonna see Say again? Streaming Chan thread. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mention the thing that I was gonna mention when drunk earlier now, because it's related to Streaming Chan. I mentioned last stream, I mentioned a piece of art that Kiririn, the designer and artist of this game, has done. That was, good. And I said last stream when I mentioned the piece of art, I said something like, oh, but it's not Valhalla related, I'm not sure what it is. I was wrong, it is Valhalla related. It's art of Streaming Chan. And I didn't realize that because when I first saw it, I hadn't met Streaming Chan in the game yet. So now I know. And the picture makes more sense and is good. Is better. We did just have rain for the first time in like half a year? Dang. Were you in like California or something? You think you remember her being chosen? Yeah, that's right, Toaster. I remember that. It rained a lot last night, and it made all the leaves fall off the tree. Dang. Thanks for calling me a cuck, Colin. It really helps me out. Always appreciate it. Thanks for the Ritz Mitz game bot. Anyway, Streaming Chan thread. Did anyone see last night's escapade? She was at the Valhalla bar. It was alright. Bartender was a cutie, but man, is she full of herself. Aww. She is a cutie. Don't care. I'm going next week and ask her for a date. We all know you won't. Yeah, she probably won't. I was about to say that. I was about to say, oh, well, are we going to see this person in the next few days? And then I thought to myself, well, this is a person posting on the equivalent of 4chan. They're probably never actually going to do this. Pretty sure nobody here has the guts to ask someone out. Is she still sleeping? Yeah, the bartender's been telling everyone they need to be careful with their words, lol. I wonder if there's illegal activity going on there. Like, why would they need to be careful with what they say? Maybe they're avoiding casual racism. It's true, still, it wouldn't be rare for them to do shady stuff. This fucking city, haha. At least she's sleeping now. Last time I saw her taking some rest was about a week ago. So she wasn't lying, she wasn't exaggerating when she said she hadn't slept in a week, apparently. According to this person, at least. Crash is one hell of a drug, epic. A white knight just beat me up. I'm fucking crying right now, let me tell you the story. Waiting for OP to deliver. I'm here, anyway, here it goes. I was going home after buying groceries at the store. I was very tired because I had to line up for hours just to buy milk. And when I'm finally out of there, a group of 3 white knights stopped me and started asking for my ID and also wanted to see my bag to check and see if I wasn't a scalper. And once they saw everything was in order, they asked me for a military service ID and just, what the fuck? Why would I have that on me? And there's no enforced conscription anymore. It doesn't make sense. And because I didn't have it on me, they asked for money or else they'd plant drugs on me. Of course I refused, but then they'd lose their patience, and one of them hit me right in the temple with a gun. I was bleeding like crazy on the floor, so they just took my groceries and left. This thread is closed after the one post. Always skip to the end for the memes. Yeah. In like a real thread, that's what I would do. Pretty epic threads. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool to see something about Valhalla in this thread. That's a nice touch. I still kind of wonder if we'll actually get this person, if you actually see that person in the bar. But I doubt it. I think that's about all there is to do at that point. Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta read Augmented Eye. I almost forgot about that. What the heck? Alarms rise. The Apollo Trust Bank suffers terrorist attack by Kimberly Lavalette. Hijacked screens at downtown Casanova announced what seems to be a terrorist attack aimed at the Apollo Trust Bank. The information suggests that a currently unidentified bomber is already inside the building. The White Knights counterterrorism unit responded to the threat immediately. However, the bank was then locked down by an external network attack. We might be dealing with a dual threat here, CTU's Chloe Bauer told AE. The bank has been sealed shut using its own disaster prevention system. However, none of the terminals at the bank were working at the time. The building is basically sealed at this point. The hostages are trapped. Okay, well. I don't want to call the Augmented Eye a reputable news source, but I mean, it's probably more reliable when it comes to getting details of the situation than a 4chan thread. So this is probably more like what's actually happening. Well, if we do, we can probably tell right away. Yeah, well, I mean, especially given that this is, you know, a video game. So if somebody from this game's equivalent of 4chan shows up, they'll probably have, like, some kind of a visual reference. You know, like the George Costanza guy obviously looked like George Costanza. Sex the waifu or riot. I'm getting there, dude. You gotta give me some time. Okay. So anyway, there is apparently actually a bomber in the bank. The best visual novel you have read. Don't take it personally, babe. It just ain't your story. Has 4chan in it. I've heard of that. I've heard of that game, that visual novel, and I also believe I have heard of the 4chan reference in that game. You've already gotten them drunk, you don't know how many times, and still no action. Dude, we get action with the waifu every night. Jill is the only waifu for me. And seeing as she pays $800 a month for a porn subscription, I'm sure she makes use of it. So, in that sense, I will, Ed. I have very little experience with VNs, and I kind of want to avoid all of the garbage ones that I'm sure are out there. Because, you know, VNs tend to be lengthy to get through. At least from my little experience. The Augmented Eye is being attacked by AE staff. Hi everyone. We take your security seriously here at the Augmented Eye, and we have the obligation to disclose that recent articles on Alice Rabbit were vandalized by who we think is Alice Rabbit themselves or a very good impersonator. We want to extend our apologies and inform that we will be limiting our coverage of Alice Rabbit to just factual news and not entertainment pieces. Sincerely, the AE staff. I somehow doubt they will stay true to their word on that, but we'll see. I wonder if that has anything to do with, I mean, you know, obviously from a game mechanic perspective, it probably doesn't matter either way, but I wonder just, like, in the writer's mind, the writer of this game, if that has to do with, Jill mentioning their over-coverage of Alice Rabbit to Donovan. Maybe we'll find out when he inevitably shows up in the bar again. Pollution to reach historic levels next year. Even though most countries in the world have adapted their economies to solve the ongoing problem of climate change, Glitch City still relies on ancient technologies in order to keep costs low with profits high. As a result of this backwards policy, it seems as though we'll be experiencing a huge increase in air pollution next year. Our contamination levels will force the whole population to move away from a lot of areas within the city. The soil is dying at an alarming pace, said experts in a report. Having to buy special raincoats and umbrellas does suck, but experts say you better get used to it. Sad story. A lot of keys there. The good ones with lewd pics let you skip through them. I kind of doubt this game is going to have any lewd pics. But, if it did, I'm sure it would let you skip right to them. Seems to be about all there is to do. Let's go to work. You know what, actually, I think I'll change the wall color on... Well, let me do that later. Let me do that when I'm nice and drunk. Let's go to work. Saturday, December 17th. Good evening. Huh? I didn't expect you today. I was waiting for you to call and say you wouldn't be coming or something. Things at the Apollo Bank are getting ugly, so that means more people will be looking for a drink. You can't take a break, you know? Or, sorry, you can take a break, you know? You're quite the hard worker. And the streets are not exactly safe right now. They've never been when you get down to it. And besides, I can't afford to not come with the bar closing soon. I wonder if any bar has used impending closure as a means of getting their employees to work. Seems like the total opposite would happen. Not to mention I get bored out of my brains in my apartment, so I'd rather come here anyway. What'd you say? Nothing important. Gil isn't back yet? Nope. I wouldn't worry too much about him, though. If you say so. That girl's still here? Yep. She was sleeping so peacefully I felt bad about waking her up. So, would you mind doing that for me? Actually, yes. I mind. But you're the boss, and it's kind of my fault she's here in the first place. Sorry about that. Hey, young lady. Sleep another hour and we'll have to start charging you a motel fee. Mumble. Hey, she's up and about. Where am I? Oh, right. The shoddy downtown bar. Let's see. All my gear is in place, and neither my pants nor my panties, shirt, or bra have been displaced. Oh, it's that flat bartender. Good morning. Good evening. Evening? Oh well, it's the best day of sleep I've had in quite some time. Sorry for all the trouble I might have caused you today or last night. Don't worry. How do I premium? You're so nice, flat bartender. Thanks for taking care of me. Bye. Oh. I thought she'd end up being our first customer. That feel when flat bartender. What a feel. I would feel the flat bartender. Hello guys and gals, Streaming Chan's back in action with her batteries reloaded. Ah, the moon, it burns! I feel like I've just unleashed something terrible into the world. Come on, it's not that bad. Say, what's this bottle? A bottle of absinthe I had at home. I went to have it appraised, but the guy said that without label there's not much value to it. Still a nice bottle of absinthe though. I see. Are you gonna serve it today? Looks like the absinthe can be detected by the station's database, so it's not counterfeit. I'll serve it only if customers ask for it. Sounds good. Want me to serve you a glass of it? I'll pass. Absinthe's not my kind of thing. Well, I'll be in my office. Careful with that thing. Alright. Okay, then. Here we go. Let's see. I think I'll leave most things the same. Again, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time here. But there was one song I had in mind that I wanted to replace. I can't remember what it was. Maybe Out of Orbit? I'm thinking Out of Orbit. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where is Out of Orbit? Oh yeah, I want to replace Your Love as a Drug, because even though I like it, I've heard it a lot at this point. I already have that. Do I have Snowfall? No, I don't have it. I don't know if I've heard that. I like it. Let's see. Out of Orbit. Yeah, I know I already have it GameBot, but I wanted to find it here so I can preview it. If the songs are over here, you can't preview them. You have to find them in this list, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I like Out of Orbit, but I think I'm replacing it. What is Base of the Titans? I haven't heard that at all. Okay, I'll replace one more song. I'll replace Heart of the City with something else. What is Follow the Trail? Whatever. We'll go with that. Time to serve, mix, and change lives. Yeah. Wait, that's not how it goes. No one here to retort. Man, it feels lonely without Gil here. I just hope the restlessness in the streets doesn't lead to dangerous or weird types coming in here. Good evening. Holy shit, that was a record-breaking jinx. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I get you? Let's see. I'll have a green fairy. Green fairy? Blue fairy. Sorry. The absinthe bottle distracted me. Blue fairy it is. Let's see. This is optional Karmatrine, so I'm gonna get the brain as drunk as I can. In fact, if I recall, yeah, Blue fairy is the drink I decided on last night when I was looking for the drink that can have the most potential alcohol. Or wait, no, I think it was something else when you double it. This is 5, that would be 10 and 10. Okay, so no, it's not this, but if it's something you want to make into a big drink, then it's something else. Yeah, I think it was just the Gut Punch. Or no, yeah, you're right, the Fringe Weaver. But if you're not making a big drink, it's probably this, the Blue Fairy. So anyway, 4 Adelheid, 1 Flanner Guide, optional Karmatron, aged, and here we go. Did it, Blue Fairy. Okay, time to pour my own self a drink. Actually, you know what? I think I'll save that for a different night. Yeah, change of plans. Let me just grab my vodka. Be right back. Okay. I think I'll make myself a White Russian when I get to my second drink. How much is that? A sapiosexual is someone who finds sexual stimulation from the way a person's mind works. It means you are attracted to intelligence. The brain is the largest sex organ. That's probably true. You don't like White Russians, Drac? White Russians are probably my favorite drink when I'm not worrying about calories. And even then, I can worry about calories a little bit if I use milk instead of cream, which I do. That needs a little bit more. Yeah, I think Toaster's right. I think the skin is the largest sex organ. Okay, so that's just a nice and simple drink there. I was gonna mix something more seasonal, but I decided I think I'll save it for another night. I mean, I've got quite a bit to go of this game, I think, so I have plenty of chances to have whatever drinks I want to have. Of course, M1 likes the cream. Eben, dude. Oh yeah, I need to take an actual drink. I took a drink just now to test and make sure I had enough vodka in there, but I didn't take like a real legit drink, so... Ed. I did. And yes, I am aware how stupid that is. I don't care. I got it anyway. That's how much I love Halloween. Oh yeah, number 1, Redhead, good comment about Russians. Really appreciate it. Number 2, GameBot. Just to see what happens, that's the reason. And I mean, it's not like we have a limited amount of Karmatron. We can get the brain drunk and get a waifu drunk later. We can do both. Sweet girly soft. Serve, baby. Here you go. Nice. Yeah, this is the thing. Also, because this brain might be a waifu. I just met this brain. This brain might be the brain of a girl, and she might be cool as fuck. Obviously lacking some other aspects that I would be interested in. But, sometimes you'll settle. Nice, yeah, this is the thing. Brain foo, yeah. So, how are you gonna... Oh, you can grab stuff. Should have figured as much. You can drink stuff? And eat. I have the same system Lilim do. Can I ask you something, miss? Call me Taylor. Just Taylor. And yes, a cutie like you can ask me anything. Okay, Taylor. You have to be the first person I've met that didn't go, okay, just Taylor. Nah, too easy. You are a brain in a jar, right? I'm sure not a hologram. Of that, I'm sure. Yep, I'm a bona fide human brain in a jar. So, how? Why? What? Does my handsomeness make you speechless? You're not something a girl sees every day, and that's saying quite a bit in these parts. Fear not, for I have a speech prepared for these situations. A speech? You're seeing one of the 5 great living bottled brains of the world. We're brains living in conditions that allow us to exist as any other humanoid creature, all while computers in our jars scan our activities. In a slow but steady manner, we're helping the world understand the inner workings of nature's most complex computer. I'm guessing you prepared that after being asked the same question too many times, huh? Not out of exasperation or anything like that, mind you. I just wanted to have something thoughtful prepared. Look, I even have a couple of pamphlets with me. You want one? Sure. What brings one of the world's 5 brains in jars to this place, though? Oh, I'm from around here, actually. I just wanted to take a walk for the first time in quite a bit of time. Have you come here before? Sadly, no. Otherwise, I'd remember a cute face like yours. Speaking of which, can I have your name? It's Jill. Jill? That's a really cute name. Thank you. Say, weren't you scared of going outside today, what with the commotion around and all? It didn't stop you from coming here either, did it? Yeah, you're right. It's gonna take more than cryptic but ominous news to stop me. You're awfully energetic, did you know that? Sorry, does that bother you? No, not at all. Just that I figured a brain in a jar wouldn't be so happy. While I was alive, my body got to a point where there wasn't much I could do. This new state of existence allows me to accomplish more than I ever could before. Plus, I'm doing something that'll help people in the long run. Wouldn't you be happy? I wonder. Do you want to make me happy, Joe? Depends on what it takes. Don't worry, just give me a beer. Alright then, yeah, I'll make you happy. Jill's getting flirted with pretty hard. 1 Adelhyde, 2 Bronson Extract, 1 Powder Delta, 2 Flannerguide, 4 Comatron, and traditionally brewed beer has become a luxury, but this one's pretty close to the real deal. Bubbly, classic, vintage. I love reading about the drinks, even though I think I've read all of them at this point already. Take a drink. So what I'm wondering there, some of the dialogue there, oh yeah, let me catch up on chat. People said a few things. Of course there are better options, there always has to be a bottom tier waifu. Yeah, there's gotta be. I mean, all the girl customers that have come in so far are pretty cool. Well, the girl who was passed out the first night, the boss found passed out and brought her here. The, like, a black chick with the red hair. I don't know if she's black, but, you know, dark-skinned chick. She seemed kind of like an asshole, actually. But she wasn't a customer either, so what I said was still correct. All the girl customers have been cool so far. So far, I wouldn't describe any of the potential waifus as bottom tier. Brain Fu. It's exactly like Kung Fu, yes. Because in the Matrix, they download Kung Fu right to Neo's brain. Right? So it's like brain Kung Fu. Okay. It's Taylor is... Yeah, Taylor was putting the moves on us big time. Yeah. They could indeed, Tiger. And so far, I think they all are. Yeah, the worst doesn't make them bad, but still, like, when you whip up tier lists, like, you don't necessarily have to put something at the bottom. You do it if they're actually bad. Oh, that's Johnny Mnemonic. I can't say that fucking word. Johnny Mnemonic. I still haven't seen that, actually. Because I'm fucking stupid. Quintessential Keanu. Let's make Taylor happy. Here, a beer. Ah yes, no matter what happens, beer is always good. It's interesting though, just yesterday I was talking to a client about brain uploads. You were? Yeah, we were talking about how even if you upload your brain, you'd still be here. I've thought about that too. Do you think the you in the cybernetic environment would feel like she was indeed transferred? Like, would she remember everything? Like waking up someplace else and so on? It's an interesting question. I was actually thinking earlier about being able to transfer someone's brain into a Lilim. One of the brains is being used in such an experiment, actually. They can make a functional Lilim. Ah. Unfortunately, the wiring and other such stuff makes it look more creepy than anything. They aren't transferring his identity or anything, though, just wiring him into a body. Oh. You'd think someone would rather do that than float around in an exposed jar. I have to admit, the whole brain thing does look creepy, but the body I'm telling you about is just uncanny looking. Speaking of uncanny, how did you feel when you saw yourself like this for the first time? It was quite a shock, actually. Didn't last too long, though. I never was too attached to my body. Later in my life, that was almost literal. You don't know what the downside of this body is? Sorry, you know what the downside of this body is? I can't get drunk. Ah, okay. So I did waste all that Karmatron. If you want to call that a downside. If you wanted to drink alcohol for the taste, there are many alternatives. Drunkenness is a part of the whole experience. Why though? Lilim can get drunk no problem. Okay, so that answers that question, even though I was pretty damn sure already after giving a bunch of alcohol to Kiramiki. Yo, Ed. Getting drunk causes their brains to reduce the input speed to their bodies. Depending on this model, their drunk Depending on the model, their drunk subroutine might throw in a different behavioral cycle even. It's hard to get drunk when the whole point of you being in a jar is figuring out exactly how you work. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Jill. Oh, Alma. Oh, Alma. Where's the courtesy one would expect from plebeian bar staff? Welcome to Valhalla, what can I get ya? Happy? Not when you put it that way. Why, hello there, beautiful. Whoa! You hurt my feelings with that, darling. Sorry. You don't see talking disembodied brains every day. I mean, I did work a summer in Lilim maintenance, but even then, those were talking heads. Oh, don't worry about it. At least you're not running or fainting. Your name was Alma, right? I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you, Taylor. Say, Alma, can I buy you a drink? Sorry, I only date people who are at least 50% organic and have at least one face. I know just what to strive for then. Just kidding. It'd make me happy to make you happy by buying you a drink. Does that bother you? The song is quite a bit louder than the others. Just a tad reduction in volume. I guess if Jill's the bartender, I don't have a problem with that. Awesome. I'll pay for your next drink then. What will you have? I'll have a Cobalt Velvet. And you, Taylor? I'm fine, actually. You're gonna have me drink alone? I don't want to drink that much. Okay, then. Cobalt Velvet, straight from Taylor to Alma. Dude, Alma's not Alma. Taylor is flirtatious in general, apparently. He sees a pretty girl and he goes in. Which kind of makes it weird that he seems to be quite positive about his current situation, you know, not having a body. With that kind of personality, you would think he'd miss his flesh and blood. Anyway, Cobalt Velvet. 2 Adelheid, 3 Flannerguide, 5 Karmatron. On the rocks and mixed. It's like champagne served on a cup that had What? It's like champagne served on a cup that had a bit of cola left. Bubbly, classy, burning. I put 4 Karmatron. I'm stupid. There we go, Cobalt Velvet. Take a drink. Minimum one face. You were right, GameBot. You only fuck three-faced people, personally. Well, I'm sure there are a few people like that in the Valhalla universe. Yeah, Toaster. That's what I was thinking. He didn't specify, but I don't know if he, like, had some kind of illness, or, like, if he was paralyzed, or, you know, in some other way physically disabled. But something like that is what I assumed. My point is, though, if he's so quick to hop on the ladies, you know, apparently, you know, obviously it doesn't matter if he was so physically disabled anyway, but, you know, I'm sure he would love to have a human body. Hey, my boy Azure is now hosting me for up to 62 viewers. Thank you, my boy. It really helps me out. Maybe his chassis has a dick? Maybe. When you ain't got a body, you ain't got nothing to lose. That's right. That's a lot of viewers. Yeah, sorry I missed Rocket. Azure. I always like to see Rocket, but I actually started streaming, and then I checked Twitter, and then saw you were streaming, and I was like, well, I already started. So that's how that goes. Thanks for the host. Everybody from Azure's stream, this is Valhalla. It's basically a visual novel in which you play as a lady named Jill, who is a bartender, and you mix drinks. You know, when I was taking a shower, hashtag shower thoughts, sorry, I'll never say that again. I was thinking this game actually has a little bit more in common with a game like Reciteer than most visual novels. Like, you know, people call this game a visual novel, and that's not wrong, but this does have gameplay mechanics, and at least thematically, you kind of play the role of, you know, like an NPC merchant kind of character. Because some of the people, some of our customers who come in could be classed as like cyberpunk era adventurer characters. Anyway, I'm going on this rant assuming people even know anything about like Reciteer, or even what I'm talking about. I know I didn't forget Reciteer has dungeon crawling, but did you forget that many players practically ignore it? I'm sure you didn't. Anyway, this is Valhalla. It's a mostly story and dialogue driven game, and I am going to read the dialogue out loud, but I am not going to do the voices. So those of y'all just coming here from Azure, that's what's going on. That's the gist of what we're doing. Hope y'all enjoy it. I'll try to explain some things from what y'all have missed so far, at least as much as I can without breaking flow. I think I already took a drink for this Cobalt Velvet, but just in case I didn't, let me take another drink. Oh yeah, yeah, as GameBot said, the rule I'm going by is customers have a drink, I take a drink. Pretty simple. I'm currently having low-calorie orange juice with low pulp and vodka, which I believe is what the kids like to call a screwdriver. Don't have that much vodka in it, though, because I would like to make a White Russian later as well. And have that, but I don't want to get, you know, drunk before that point. Am I actually mixing drinks too? Well, I mean, if you call, you know, a screwdriver, if you call that mixing drinks, sure. I think it's a little bit too simple to be called mixing drinks, but yeah. I sound like Ben Wyatt. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look that up. I hope Ben Wyatt sounds cool. Okay. Let me get back to it. Let's make a cobalt velvet straight from Taylor to Alma. Well, I already made it, so let's serve it. Your drink. Hope you enjoy it. You know, you've been nicer to me these past minutes than at least 3 guys have been in the last year. Judging from the way you two talk, I'm guessing you've been a client here for a while now, right? Only for about half a year or so, if memory serves right. Really? One would think it's been longer. Feels like it's been longer. Shut up. You love me and you know it. So, you just started coming here and that was it? Well, the first time I came here, the other guy... speaking of which, where's Pablo? Gillian. Jill, by the way, is our protagonist, so you can't see her because, you know, we're looking through her eyes basically here. Archimedes. Dunno, adventuring or something. Anyways, the other guy served me the first time I came here. Nothing unusual there. The next time I showed up, Jill here was the one serving, and... I don't know, I feel like she just gets me. There's this chemistry. We click. We click, she says. The fact I feel more chemistry with her than many other people is kind of sad, though. It's always good to see a nice friendship. Sadly, it's getting late and I've got to go. I'll leave you two lovely ladies alone. See ya. Bye. Please come again. That Taylor sure was nice. A bit weird at first, though. Apparently one of 5 brains being studied by scientists or something. There's a summary of it in his pamphlet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've heard of him before. Can't believe I actually met one. Say, Alma, how many people are there in your family? Just curious. Well, aside from my mom and dad, we're 4 sisters and 1 brother. Funnily enough, we all have names that start with the first 5 letters in the alphabet. So you're the eldest one? No, I'm actually the middle kid. You're the middle kid, but your name starts with an A? Don't think too much about it. I never said the order reflected our ages. My sister Carlotta is the eldest one, and there's Diana just before me. Then comes Eva, and the bottom lies Billet. Sorry, the youngest one is Bernardo. You've never been alone, I'm guessing? Can't complain about that, I guess. It helps that we were never 5 in the same house. By the same Evita and Bernie were born, Diana and Carlita had already moved. Speaking of family, today I came because I needed a break from everything that's been going on with them. Do you live with them? No, but Evita and Bernie do. Not to mention I visit them almost every day. Anyway, my second eldest sister, Diana, just separated from her husband. It's not even been a week, but she's already got some other guy in her bed. She left her kid with her husband's parents and pretty much forgot about them. Never mind the fact that they need to go to school and all that. Damn. Diana's life has always been messy, but these days she's really making it big. She wants time for herself to live her life. She didn't think about that when she married the guy at 20. She didn't think about that when marrying a guy she'd only known for like 3 months. You should take your own advice. Hey, I'd never marry someone who could catch my attention so quickly, okay? Sure, there was that one time when it almost happened, but I blamed the damn stadium kiss cam. Kiss cam? I was going out with a guy my little sister introduced to me. Seems he was her friend's brother or something. We went out a couple times and he invited me to a basketball game. The mood was nice, but then later the kiss cam focused on us and instead of kissing me, he proposed. I almost got caught in the mood and accepted. Huh. So I take it you rejected him in a stadium on the fucking kiss cam? We went out for like 3 weeks. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to get in my pants with the old sex on the wedding night line. But I honest to God can't understand why he thought it would be a good idea. That sounds too convoluted, you know? Proposing and waiting for the wedding night just for sex? Never underestimate the lengths a man is willing to go to get you in their bed. I've seen more convoluted plots over the years. I'm feeling tempted to ask, but I'll pass. Want anything else? What's that bottle? Some bottle of absinthe I found at home. It's unlabeled, so it's not that valuable. Do you know how to serve it? I'd usually need some kind of spoon to perch a cube of sugar, but the station does all that for me. You want some absinthe then? Sure, let's try it. Alright. the bottled drinks tab and drag it to the shaker before mixing. This is the first time I've made a bottled drink. This fedora has been here since the beginning, but I've never used it. I agree, by the way, with what you said earlier, Chandelier. White Russians, again, are probably my favorite drink when I'm not worrying about calories, which I usually do. Looking for gameplay in an M1 stream. Yeah. So, again, those of you here from Azura's chat, you're pretty much about to see the extent of the gameplay in this game, which, you know, there's not a lot. People usually describe this game as a VN for a good reason. So, let's give Alma some absinthe, go to the bottle drinks tab, and drag it to the shaker before mixing. Well, that's pretty simple. Puke Green Fairy. Here we go, absinthe. Take a drink. The gameplay is usually actually a little bit more involved than that. Like, let's say the customer asked for a beer. Usually, you know, it lists out the ingredients here, and you drag them all accordingly. And all the drinks have these descriptions that you go by. And anyway, the gameplay, like, sometimes you have to kind of guess what the customers want. Like, if they don't know the name of a drink and they're just kind of describing you what kind of drink they want, you kind of have to go by the descriptions of the drinks, and sometimes it's vague enough that you just kind of have to work it out on your own. And sometimes the customers don't want anything in particular, and you have some kind of free reign over what you're selecting. And in that case, at least for me personally, I tend to go for things with optional Karmatrine. Karmatrine is basically this universe's equivalent of alcohol. It was confirmed, I think, on the very first day that Karmatrine is basically like a futuristic kind of tasteless alcohol. So you can add as much Karmatrine to the drink as you want, and it doesn't change the taste, but it's going to get your customers drunk, which is pretty much what I want. when I can do it. Hey, what's up, Queen? Bars are always a confessional. Bars are close to confessionals in the present. Bars and barbershops. It's a confessional where you overpay for drinks. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the absinthe ready. Here you go, Alma. And this character, Alma here, I mean, you could probably infer, again, those of you who are new to the stream or, you know, new to this game, you could probably infer before that Alma and Jill, our player character, have been friends for a little bit, and they kind of know each other. She comes by pretty often. And Alma's, like, shtick, like, her confirmed shtick from the last time she was in the bar is that she goes through boyfriends a lot. That's just, you know, that's her gimmick or whatever you want to call it. She's got big boobs and she's a hacker. Yeah, she's a hacker. She's a quote-unquote hacker. So, here's your absinthe, lady. I'll tell you if it's strong or not. And indeed it is. Holy shit. Are you okay? I'll be fine. I've had worse in college. What'd you do in college, by the way? Jaeger bombs, giant taco pizzas, cute student teacher. Ooh. We all did a cute student teacher at some point in college. I'm talking about studies, woman. I know. I'm a computer engineering dropout. Dropout? I was getting fed up with the whole make programs for other people thing. I see. Alright, now it's my turn to ask questions. About what? What kind of family is your family? Well, I'm an only child. My mom and my dad split amicably. My mom is a violinist, so she was always away from home with the orchestra. I spent most of my time with my dad, my aunt, and my grandpa. Aside from that, I'd say my childhood was quite uneventful. Huh. Didn't you get something like your mom's artistic vein or something? I played the violin until I was around 16, I think. What made you stop? I don't know. I just kind of said, that's it. and stopped. What about cousins or the rest of your family? I see very little of them, actually. Mainly because my dad moved away from most of them. Most of my mom's family live in France to boot. So your mom's French? Yep. Yeah, how about that? Can you speak French? Not even gonna try. Jill is speaking French, as you can see here, in the text that is displayed on the screen. I don't know what it means. Ooh, what does that mean? Rubbish. I don't know. I can't speak French. Yo! My girl Jill can't speak French. How based can you get? All my life, I've been waiting to meet a girl who can't speak French. I did try, though, but college started and I stopped taking classes. Fun thing, I actually have a cousin from my mom's side that lives close by. But you'll be hard-pressed to make me spot him in a crowd. You're kind of lucky, you know? All of my mom's side of the family lives here. The chances of me meeting someone I'm related to on the street are ridiculously high. But, yeah, that's the prime row in my family. Nothing too interesting, sadly. Your mom's a French violinist, and you call that uninteresting? I'm wondering if your family has ever made a fuss about you being a hacker. Hacker makes it sound too exotic. It's like if you called... it's like if I called you a mixologist. Please don't. Ever. Sounds like something somebody would say to make bartenders sound sophisticated. See? I mean, hacker is a good way to summarize it, but it's not the best. I'm a security consultant. People want to find flaws in the security of their systems, and I do my best to pinpoint where it breaks. Be it Glitch City or anywhere else in the world, they need security, and I'm their woman. You've told quite a few stories about cracking into databases to retrieve info, like some sort of mercenary, though. That doesn't change the fact that hacker is not the best term to use. Makes the whole thing sound illegal when it's actually an honest job. Didn't you tell me you once secured some incriminating pics from a guy's cell phone? A mostly honest job, sheesh. What made you become a hacker, by the way? I've always been a sucker for puzzles. Even as a kid, I always had a Sudoku or a crossword with me. But at some point, they started feeling kinda samey. So when I started college, I took a course on system security. Felt like the kind of puzzle I was looking for. I mean, there are all kinds of things involved in breaching net security. You need to attack the stuff from different angles. And it's something that's always evolving. The whole point of everything is to strengthen security. Every time you think you've got the gist of it, they change everything. So, it's kind of like an always evolving puzzle. A puzzle I help make harder at that. Huh. I didn't think about it that way. It is less action-y than what movies make it up to be, though. No real-time frantic typing, nothing like that. Still, seeing my code break through something, it's an amazing feeling. Will you have anything else? Give me something non-alcoholic. I want to play it safe with the whole absinthe thing. How boring. I don't have anything non-alcoholic here. I don't know why I took a drink right then. Considering that, you know, I haven't mixed her drink yet. Anyway, something without alcohol, anything with optional Karmatron, I guess. Or just no Karmatron, like a Bleeding Jane. And give her another absinthe. Let's go with a Bleeding Jane. Well, let me see if I can find anything more expensive. Because that's what a true friend does. You bleed your friends of as much money as you can. So Bleeding Jane is $200. This is optional, and it's $170. Yeah. 9 Karmatron. $80. Huh. Alright. Bleeding Jane is what we're going with. 1 Bronson Extract. 3 Powder Delta. 3 Flannerguide. Blended. Not 20 portions of Karmatron. Dude, I want to get her drunk just as much as you, Drac, but she asked for something non-alcoholic. If I give her something with alcohol, she'll just reject it, and Jill won't make as much money. I'm all about that Skrilla. Say the name of this drink 3 times in front of a mirror, and you'll look like a fool. Spicy, classic, sobering. Take a drink, because I mixed it correctly. You're surprised hacker isn't a degree. Yeah. In the dystopian cyberpunk future of Valhalla, cyberpunk bartending action, people will go to college for their hacking degrees. Hacker is like mailman. Oh, do you know French, Tiger? You know, I don't know any non-English language fluently, but I mean, there are a few languages I could at least read. Like, if I have the text in front of me, like I know how to pronounce the words. French is not one of them. French, the pronunciation doesn't make any sense to me. I can't wrap my head around it. Supahaka. I was just thirsty. That's a good email, by the way, Queen. It turned out really well. I don't know if you streamed making that, but if you did, it's unfortunate I missed seeing that get made. You think canonically they drink whatever you put in front of them? Well, I gave Donovan something with a bunch of Karmatrine when he asked for a non-alcoholic thing, and he turned that down. He was like, yo, I asked for something non-alcoholic. Some universities have meme 101 classes. I'm sure they do. I've seen those epic screenshots of professors talking about how Pepe is racist. That sounds pretty epic. You can... Drac, give me a fucking break. The whole point that I was trying to make is French is weird. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm sure everyone else can also pronounce the Latin-based languages. I wasn't trying to... I'm so frustrated right now. God. You didn't because you knew you were going to go insane OCD on it. Fair enough. I'll take your word on that, Tiger. Did he, though? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Probably, Ed. Yeah, it's probably the stupidest thing. And 2016's been a pretty stupid year, let's be honest. Okay, let me, just to satisfy my boy Ed, let me give her something with optional Karmatrine, and we'll see what happens. Hey baby, I heard you wanted something non-alcoholic. I didn't age it. Don't do it. Okay, I won't. You don't want that on your shoulders, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember it specifically. Donovan asked for something non-alcoholic. I gave him something with optional Karmatrine and put some Karmatrine in it, and he turned it down. He was like, I smell the Carmitrine, baby. I don't remember what he said. Something like that. Here's your bleeding Jane. Here. Hope you haven't spiced up this one. Alma, please. Say, Jill, what's the worst that could happen if you don't get your drinks right? Well, people have the right to not give me money. If they don't pay for it, I don't get my bonus. No bonus means less money and no tips, which doesn't help because I have to pay bills. Oh, I see. Do you have to make an effort to pay your bills? Nope. You have no idea how much I hate you right now. Well, my job pays pretty well, and I'm not the kind to spend too much on things other than food and bills. Maybe maintenance on my hands and new equipment, but aside from that, you know, in my head, I noticed this, but I didn't say anything. Yeah, she obviously has some kind of cybernetic hands. I guess because she's a hacker, and she needs to type really fast. Oh, I know, if you have trouble with bills, why not live with me? We could be roommates. I don't know. Moving my stuff through the stairs because the elevator's broken. Having to move my liquor collection. Never mind the fact that my cat's a shut-in. They got very upset the one time I moved some furniture around. The idea of moving just gives me a headache. You shouldn't take things so seriously when I say them, you know. I don't, but I've thought about it before. Now I need some air. I'm gonna take my break. You wanna come? Are you inviting me to the back of the bar? You should invite me to dinner first. Every minute you waste making jokes is time taken from my break. Fine, let's go. Boss, I'm taking my break. Call me if anyone comes in. Hi, Jill. If I keep clicking, the timestamp on my save file is like a clock that's ticking away. Break. Take a drink. I think I put more vodka than I intended into my screwdriver. Jill's not flat at all. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Tiger. Well, let me catch up on previous messages from chat first. What you're saying is she would drink it anyway, but she would be unhappy about it. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, like, y'all ever see, I believe it was Second Gig, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex Second Gig, where, I can't remember their names, but all of the, Section 9, like, generic secretary type robots, they all, like, you know, they all start typing away and their fingers just like separate into 3 more fingers. It's so cool. Maybe that's what our hands do. What's on TV in the background? Different stuff. You can actually click on the TV and change what's on. It doesn't affect anything as far as I remember. Oh, news about a missing rabbit? Oh, yeah. There's an ongoing, like, plot point in Valhalla about a hacker group that I believe is supposed to be analogous to the real-life group Anonymous, except seemingly more effective in the game, called Alice_Rabbit, and that's probably what it was talking about. This is a comic about cyborg hands, questionable content. I have heard of that webcomic. Oh yeah. That is a practical concern. Yeah. Jill's You know, from that one picture, Jill doesn't seem so flat. I mean, she lives in the cyberpunk age, where I imagine breast augmentation is more common because it's probably better than it is today. And, you know, Jill just has not opted. So maybe when they call her flat, they just mean she's not huge, like fucking Alma. She's probably busy jacking it to Shining Fingered. She would drink it because the other guy was an expert and smelled the alcohol. Well, she is a pleb and can't. You can't say you've ever observed whether they drink it or not. You just feed it to them anyway. Fair enough. The new Gits movie was really bad. That's unfortunate. I haven't seen it. I thought everybody was like really hyped for that. I thought it was supposed to be good. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I never saw Arise either. I want to watch Arise first before I watch the new one, so... I mean, you know, people say Arise isn't good, and, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see it for myself. A superhuman is simply a scary thing. Okay, anyway. It is now safe to keep playing. As I say every time, this picture of, Say is really cute. Hope we see her again. It'd be really sad if we didn't. I want to talk to... Well, okay, it faded away without me clicking or anything, but that other chick, the cat chick, I hope she comes by again. Because she seems pretty cool. Her general aesthetic makes it seem like she'd be really... how do you call it? Like, really kind of stuck up, and like she has a stick up her ass, but she didn't seem like it. Yeah, Stella. She seemed pretty cool when she came in. You know, she seemed pretty serious. She seemed like a serious chick, but, you know, she wasn't stuck up or anything. She was cool. I want to talk to her some more. See what she's all about. Because she wasn't around for that long. Cold, 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 cold. It's December. Oh yeah. Changing the songs, take a drink. Yeah. She's an aristocrat. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good way of putting it as well. V-Game T. The Ojo-sama aesthetic. I think I'll just leave the jukebox how it is. Sure is chilly out there. What is this song, actually? Snowfall, right. I put that in at the beginning of this night, so... Sure is chilly out there. It's kind of refreshing. The hobo out there seems like a nice guy. Billy Vine? Yeah, he's a cool guy. Very respectful. Apparently he got into some legal trouble, and that's why he's like that. Really? Yeah, he could also just be a very nice crackhead, though. I have a cousin that lives like a hobo, actually. Really? It's a bit complicated, though. Problem is his family he has tried to get him to live with them, but his pride won't let him accept their help. He'd rather live on the streets for some reason. You can't tell with some people, sadly. Why'd he become a hobo in the first place? Bad investments and debts. Bank evicted him from his house. Oh. It's a serious problem because he has epileptic attacks but refuses to take his medication. Jesus. I just don't get what's up with him. Honey, some service here. Hey, it's her. I'm here, don't scream. Oh, were you two hanging at the back of the bar? What kind of stuff were you doing? Just talking. Is that what they call it these days? What do you want? Something soft, something sweet. No alcohol, please. Okay, so for those of you who are here from Azure's host, I should explain Dorothy. Long story short, she is a robot, a Lilim as they are called. She is a Lilim type robot who looks like a child, basically has the body of a child, and she works as an escort, prostitute. And, you know, if she has the body of a child and she works as an escort, you know, put two and two together. Anyway, she's real cool. She has, she's just a very interesting character. Something soft, something sweet. No alcohol, please. Wouldn't it be the same if you just grabbed a soda from a vending machine? What? What is this? What is this? I've seen this animation before, but I fucking love it. Dude, dislike my presence so much. What's up, Fire? Sweet and non-alcoholic, you say. Alright. It was established earlier tonight, and in the previous nights, again, when dealing with Dorothy, and especially when dealing with Kira Miki, it was pretty obvious that the Lilim are affected by alcohol. So, yeah. That's why she's asking for something alcohol-free. Let me catch up on chat. To be fair, she also has a vibrating tongue and gun hands. That's true. Those are, you know, pretty specific features to her, personally. She needs something super alcoholic. Okay. Let's give this a try. Let's give it a try. I mean, you know, I'm not against the idea if it'll work. What was it? A blue fairy. Let's see if she detects it. She's a Lilim, so I figure of all people, she'll be able to detect if there's alcohol in her drink. Yeah, I did just save, Queen, so... I'll just reload the game if this doesn't work. Again, I don't want to... You know, I'm just looking out for my girl Jill. I don't want her to miss out on her bonus. I want her to make all the money she can make. I want her to live a happy life, live a rich life. I want her to get all the nice shit she wants. Reloading is a pussy move? Yeah, right, dude. It's VN. Saving frequently and loading often is what it's all about in VNs, in my opinion. Screw it, dude. Let's see, aged. Here's your blue fairy. You know, this kind of treatment is not precisely good for sales. Did I catch you in a bad mood? No, no. Oh, but how impolite of me. Hmm? Wait, what? Did she say that because I gave her the wrong drink? I'm lovely. Listen. Forget it. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh yeah, I never took a drink from... Yeah, I think she rejected the drink. Okay, I took a drink for myself. Let me load the game and see what her response is like. I can't get enough of that. Okay, something sweet and non-alcoholic. Something that straight up has no... Or, I mean, A blue fairy is sweet and has optional karma shrine, so I can just give her the same thing and just not put any karma shrine, right? It's only 170 though. Bleeding Jane, that's more expensive. Oh wait, I put in 2 Bronson extract. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm dumb. Okay, Blue Fairy. We're just gonna go with Blue Fairy. I don't want to spend 100 years trying to find the right drink. So yeah, this will be fine. $30 difference, who cares? Take a drink. Well, let me mix it first and then I'll take a drink. Let's see, age and mixed. Blue Fairy. The mug is suddenly way too spoopy. It's coming right for you. Yeah, $30 is like 20 cents in Valhalla, in the Valhalla universe. The Blue Fairy, the strongest drink there is. Here you go. Here, like you asked. See? You don't get this kind of treatment from vending machines. Aww. That's what happens when you treat your friends right. You get compliments. Drag. Just take off your 3D glasses. You don't have to turn 3D off, just take off your glasses, dude. It's okay, Ed. To be fair, Ed, I wasn't completely sure either. I knew, I knew that Donovan had reacted the way I thought. But, you know, maybe it was just like a Donovan thing. Maybe he's just the kind of guy who would notice, nobody else is. But no, apparently the customers in general notice. You did a quick search and it seems like they'll drink it, but it may affect their dialogue, may refuse to pay. Yeah, I mean, that's what was happening, Queen. She was still going on with the conversation and, you know, the game was still going. She just said something different. And I wasn't paying attention to the money, but I assume I got less money or no money. So, yeah. So, I mean, you were right. Still. Sorry that you're not subbed to Cherno. I've been avoiding Cherno's stream lately because he's been streaming a bunch of Doom 2016 speedruns. And I hadn't played that game yet, but I have played the game now, so I should start watching his stream again. Now that it won't be spoilerific. Anyway, see? You don't get this kind of treatment from vending machines. Unless you're Lawrence. But he has this weird idea that good service is the same as selling lukewarm cans of cola. A friend of mine. He's a vending machine. Get it? Robot jokes? Oh, but how impolite of me. I'm lovely, and my name's Dorothy. Dorothy Hayes. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Alma. The pleasure's mine. Dorothy, you say? Yep. Why? Nothing. I guess I've heard about you before. Really? What kind of stuff? Tell me, tell me. Mostly about your, pluckiness. And here I was thinking it was because I'm a sex worker. So much for trying to be subtle. Hey, I take pride in my job. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. Isn't it dangerous? I know how to take care of myself. Thank you very much. That pouty look on her face, I like that. Where do you work, Alma? I'm a hacker. Okay, here's the thing. She herself was just talking about, like, you know, how it kind of bothers her that someone would call her a hacker because it's not a good term, it's not an accurate term. But the reason I called her a hacker earlier is because the previous night, or the previous time she was here, She called herself a hacker, and here she is calling herself a hacker again. You dummy. No wonder people are calling you a hacker. Because you call yourself a hacker. Not the kind that sees a computer logged into some account and says that's hacking, right? No, of course not. I've always been curious about how being a hacker works. Do you just start typing really fast while waiting for something to happen? No. I can explain, but I don't know if you'll get it. We won't know until you try, right? Last time I said that I had to jam this plastic replica of a halogen light bulb up a grown man's ass. How based can you get? It was a success. Okay then. Let me try to explain in general how it works. Let's say I have to retrieve information from a company's database. Alright. First, I do some research on the target, OS, servers, how the information is stored and all that. There have been a couple of occasions where I had to go in blind, but they're the exception rather than the rule. First, I secure things from my side. I start working behind proxies, websites, and through other more vulnerable computers I find on the way. After that, I start testing the networks. I go through the basic protocols, try known exploits as long as they don't trigger any alarm. Once I've tested the ground, the fun starts. I go through all the security protocols and look to bypass them. Sometimes I have to look deeper into the code for the password itself. I see. Then, when I'm finally in, I go in and retrieve user privileges. After that, I go and try and become a super user and get what I need. How do you do that? Well, there are a couple of ways. I can use a pre-made program to hack into an already existing account. I can use information someone already gave me, but the usual way is using a buffer overflow. She's vibrating. What happens next? What happens next? I create a backdoor and in the system before leaving and covering my tracks. I can't handle it anymore. Her tongue is a heart. I would like to point out her tongue is a heart. I should have seen this coming. Eh? Make my buffer overflow, create a backdoor on me, escalate your user privileges, find flaws in my security. Sorry, I got carried away. No shit, what happened? Have you seen those movies or books where a couple does something like paint a picture or cook, but they make it sound like they're having sex instead? Suggestive scenes, yeah. Well, that whole thing was kind of like that for me. Really? I guess humans don't really get it because their minds don't upload to networks or anything. But trust me, if you recorded yourself giving a really detailed explanation in a really sexy voice, you'd make millions. Horny Lilim are an unexploited market. I see. Oh, looks like my ride is here. Your ride? Yep, my brother-in-law came to look for me. Is that alright to ask that from him? It's okay, I've known him since preschool. It just so happened he got married to my sister. Hey Dorothy, you need a ride? Can you drop me by 3rd Street? Sure, it's on the way. Yay! I'll take your offer then. Bye, honey. Later, Jill. Take care. Ooh. Wow, what a scene. That contrasts a lot from Mr. Brain in a Jar earlier. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but yeah. That was just funny. That was a funny scene. Fucking Dorothy just vibrating with the same expression on her face. That was unbelievable. Yeah, I'll talk about it here in a second, Gamebot. Brain Jar was not boring, Kit Kat, and I'll explain why he was not boring in a little bit. Taylor the brain in a jar. What a boy he was. What a bright idea. She is intensifying. Nanobot overload. That emote combo drag has never been so relevant. Okay. Explaining why something isn't boring. Yeah. Sometimes people just don't get it. And I do, because I understand everything. I understand video games and pop culture stuff. Clearly. Okay. The street seems noisy. Oh, a client. Hello, welcome to Valhalla. What can I get? Oh, okay. I heard about this. This guy's supposed to be like Jim Sterling, basically, I think. I smacked my mic stand, sorry about that. Such a small yet comfortable place. Truly an oasis of spiritual drinks in the midst of the suburban desert. A place where lost and corrupt souls can gather to forget their troubles for a while. A nest where everyone from the most pathetic scum to the vilest trash junkie can just sit to kill their insides. Truly, a real persona non grata. That's Latin for mysterious place, by the way. I'm so smart and philosophical. Alright, we got ourselves a persona non grata here. What will you have then? 17. Excuse me? I said 17. 7 plus teen. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Just to be sure, 17 is about the drink you want, right? Only if you want it to be. What the hell does that mean? I don't actually know where I heard the Jim Sterling thing from. Looks kind of like him. Not really dressed like him. Anyway, he wants 17. Maybe something that costs $170? Or maybe something with 17 total ingredients. Let's see what's available. Well, there's the Blue Fairy. That's $170. This is the 4chan guy, probably. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. I mean, if only because the dude's, you know, kind of fat. But then so is Jim Sterling. Jim Sterling is a game reviewer, basically. A fairly popular one. I haven't really watched much of his stuff, but I've watched a little bit. It's pretty aight. Used to work for The Escapist, I think. Or, I don't know. I don't know for sure. 170... for... there's not going to be anything... I don't know if there's going to be anything with 17 ingredients if you don't count optional Karmatrine. I mean, if I make a big drink, then it could be there could be something 17. But yeah, I don't know. How would he know the prices though? Yeah, good point. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, dude. Let me just take a look through the drink names and see if I can find any clues. Or, well, I should look through the descriptions as well. That'll take a while, though. Well, let's see. Like, I've kind of memorized most of the descriptions, or, you know, come close enough to memorizing them where I can just take a quick look. Oh. It's Piano Man. Yeah, good point, Fire. I mean, you know, y'all bring up a good point when you say, how does he know the price? How does he know what our drink list is? How does he know anything about this, right? So, like, I could probably just give him anything, right? He's probably just making some shit up. He's not expecting anything from me, is my guess. My guess here is I can just literally give him anything, and he'll accept it. Just because, you know, okay, let's get him fucked up, but also make some money in the process, so let's give him... what was it? It was a blue fairy, I think. 170. Is there anything with optional Karmatrine that is more expensive than that? I believe I established earlier there is not. There's this, which is 260 and 9 Karmatrine. Let's give him that. You know, I don't want to get this wrong. You know what? I'm going to go with the Piano Man. I'm going to go with the Piano Man. Oops. Because the logic that I just used, that he would accept anything, I think that's a realistic logic. But that's not necessarily video game logic. Yeah, let's just go with the Piano Man. It's $320 too, so Jill's gonna make more money if this is right. Let's mix it up. Take a drink. This is gonna be, yeah, this is my last drink actually. So next time a drink comes up, I'm gonna go I'm gonna make myself a White Russian. This has been a screwdriver, by the way. I don't even know if I can get that on the camera, but yeah. I'm gonna go pour myself another drink. Next time I take a drink, let me catch up on chat. I'm just gonna kind of glance through chat here. Hey, what's up, Frost? You shouldn't ask Fire such controversial questions. You don't want to rock the boat that much, dude. How do you drink a piano, let alone a man? Well, in the dystopian cyberpunk future of Valhalla, you can do all sorts of things. I don't know, I think he's taking advantage of the fact that he is in a video game. Good point, Ed. I like the way you think. It's very pragmatic. Yeah. Yeah, I think y'all are right. You don't know if... IDK if you want hints or not. V-Game. I kind of don't want hints, in the sense that I never really want hints in games in general, but at the same time, I said this the other night, I don't really care that much with this game, because, I mean, you know, this is a story-focused game. It's not... It's generally not like a puzzle kind of game either. This is kind of a puzzle for you to figure out, yeah, but it's like... I mean, you're still kind of guessing at the solution, right? So, yeah, this is one of those few games where I would say I don't mind hints too much. You thought going for $170 and also optional Karmatrine. Yeah. That's a good point, Tiger, but yeah, I mean, I'm just guessing either way, so. Let's just go with the Piano Man. That's number 17. Let's just do it. Here you go, buddy. How is this a 17? It isn't. You said 17 would only be related to your drink if I thought it was. And I think it isn't. Yo! Ayo! Talk about a burn. Ooh, you subverted my expectations by taking me literally. Sneaky. And what brings you here, Mr. I'm Armandio. Virgilio Armandio. See? I introduced myself using the Asian order because that's a lot more polite. This guy might indeed be from 4chan. He might be the guy who said he was going to try and ask Jill out for a date. Or I figured it was a chick because it's mostly chicks on Danger/U, but not all. Hey, what's up, Peter? And I came here looking for an otherworldly experience. I was passing by and saw this place called Valhalla. Was 17 actually the right answer? I don't know, Fire. The guy didn't seem to think it was. But I mean, it worked out in a way. Like, considering Jill's reaction, considering what Jill said, I mean, I kind of feel like anything I gave him would have had the same result at this point. I served him a Piano Man, Peter, which is drink number 17 out of our list. So I was passing by and saw this place is called Valhalla. I want to see the souls of resting warriors, the wounded spirits of noble souls, the golden hall full of never-ending banquets, the lively Valkyries looking over them. We have some arcade machines in the corner. No. You're taking me too literally. You see, I'm being poetic. I'm giving a mystical air to a mundane affair. I wanted to see drunk people. I wanted to see waitresses and food. I wanted to see the bar in all of its decadent glory. Well, you're out of luck. Today's been quite the slow day. Not that I'm very surprised, given how things have been going in the streets, though. Humans are a nasty bunch, that much is true. Making a ruckus, coming at each other, but that's to be expected from the only mammal to kill its own. I'm no zoologist, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Oh yeah? Then give me an example, not zoologist bartender. Like I said, I don't know exact details, I just know that isn't right. If memory serves me right, once a lion takes over a pride, every cub born from another lion is killed or something? Takes over a pride? You can't take over pride. Pride isn't a tangible thing. You need to stop making things up, not zoologist bartender. But going back on topic, do you know what the number 17 means? The atomic number of chlorine? No, and Chloe is a name, not a number, you know. The group where halogens are in the periodic table? Stop making up words like halogens, periodic, and table. Okay then, I give up. Props to Jill for knowing her periodic table, by the way. I don't know my periodic table. 17 is us. Eh? Every human has 17 pairs of chromosomes. That number is the whole foundation of you and me. It's 23. What is? Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, not 17. Well, they're both primal numbers, so it's the same idea. Primal. Do you want anything else? I'd like a single plum floating in perfume served in a man's hat. Okay. I know what he wants. Okay. I know exactly what he wants. But first, as you can see, I got nothing to work with here. So I'm gonna go pour myself my favorite drink in the world, a White Russian. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm using a different cup now. This is a cup as I explained the other night, but not necessarily all the same people were here. This was a cup given to me for Christmas. Let me change the focus on my camera here. This was a cup given to me for Christmas as a gift by my boy, Big Jim, who you may or may not know was for quite a while the world record holder of System Shock 2, my longtime main speed game. It is a cup based on the hit anime Puella Magi Madoka Magica, which he knew I liked. He knew I liked that anime, and he knew I in particular liked Homura, so he got me the cup. What a good boy. And in his honor, I am going to be using it for the rest of the night. I know a coffee cup is not exactly the most popular choice for alcoholic beverages, but that's life. This White Russian consists of Hey, M1. I hear you mentioned Big_Jim was the previous world record holder for System Shock 2. Let me ask, who is the current world record holder for System Shock 2? Well, I'm glad you asked, Draculantern. It turns out, the current world record holder for speedrunning System Shock 2 is me. It's actually me. I mean, since you asked, it's not like I want to share the information with the whole world. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Let's be honest. It's something I kind of like to keep under wraps. But since you asked, I had to answer honestly. You're gonna lie down and shitpost in my chat? I'd appreciate it if you did, thanks. It's always good. Let me take a drink, make sure this is good. Yeah, it is good. I think I may have put a little bit more vodka in there than I would have liked, considering that I'm already fairly buzzed, but it should be okay. This White Russian consists of Kamora brand coffee liqueur, and of course, as always, Popov brand vodka, the cheapest I can find, and some good old-fashioned skim milk. Not exactly the most genuine of White Russians around, but you know, that's just how I like to do it. Let me catch up on chat. Well, let me take a real drink and then let me catch up on chat. He is Reddit. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You said a lot of funny things. Yeah, okay. Get it, because Down syndrome is extra chromosomes and he counted too few. You did say a lot of funny things, Ed. Thanks. Thanks for all the funny things you said. I do appreciate them. I have acknowledged them, which is itself a form of appreciation. And I hope you appreciate my appreciation. And to elaborate, I mean, let's be honest here. I hope everyone in chat appreciates Ed's comments. They call him a pro gamer for a reason, and that's the fact that he's pro at making comments, which is in itself kind of a game. Not spooky. Homer is packing heat. You sound happy. Something wrong? And one's drunk and didn't play Cave Story tonight, so now he's not a depressed cuck. That's true. Both of those things in combination are what it takes for me to not be a depressed cuck. Bragging about his record. Yeah, skim milk. Like I said, even when I drink a White Russian, I gotta watch my calories, dude. Going skim milk on this. No cream for me. At AGDQ 2015, Boyks had a White Russian and told you about it 6 times the same night and twice the next day. That's weird. Boyks got... At AGDQ 2016, Boyks got drunk as fuck and was, like, totally quiet the whole time. He just, like... He was just sitting there silently, and the next thing we knew, he was passed out. Okay. I've been sitting here talking for a trillion years, so let me play the game. So, I fell asleep sitting up. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was funny. Good morning, GamePod. Good morning. Okay, so we've got this guy, the piano man. Or wait, do we? No. Oh, yeah. Okay. That was the last drink. Now, he wants a plum floating perfume in... Okay. Let's just take a look through our drinks. This guy's a real piece of shit. Let's see what we have. I mean, I don't know. Something that starts with a P. What if we just give him another piano man? That'd be kind of funny, in my opinion. Wait, no. I remember. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay. Of course it's called a fedora. Of course it's called a fedora. Okay. This game's, like, references have been cool with me. I feel like this one might be a little on the nose. Don't you think? Like, the whole, this guy's character... Plus, okay, it's a fedora. I don't know. Dude, you guys, quit shitting on me. M1, please, you're better than this. You're damn right I'm better than this, Drac. You're damn right I am. Listen, it's been like a good 5 minutes since I thought about the situation I'm in. Okay? I had to get up, I had to go pour my drink, I had to talk to chat for 500 years. I can't just get right back into it and be like, oh yeah, the solution that I already thought of before I left. Dude, you guys gotta see... If I see another failfish, I think I'm gonna just end it. Listen. I know that the solution is fedora. I figured that out before I even went to pour my new drink. It's called plum fume. Take a drink for the fedora. Drake. I don't know how to respond. I don't know how to respond. You're pissing me off, dude. I'm about to drive over there. Now it says plum fume. Yeah, because it's with perfume and a plum. You know, come to think of it, seeing as this is like write in the description of the fedora? Why does Jill not know this? When usually she's autistic as fuck about alcoholic drinks. Thanks for the Ritz Mitz, Colin. Here's your fedora, dude. Haha, I get it? Cause fedora... Ha! You didn't... Wait, you did. Enjoy! I will. I'll drink this, perfume. You don't really have to. Yeah, that'd be silly. You win this round, bartender. Hey, bartender, have you ever thought about death? How? What if we're already dead? Both of us. What? What tells you I even existed before I entered that door? How can you assure me that this reality is real, and we were not in fact in heaven or hell all along? What if everything up to this point is just some stupid story written by an unemployed 20-something in his room? Aha, ha ha ha, meta, wow. I could punch you to make you feel reality. I don't really care about any of that, actually. This reality is real for me, and that's all that matters. Such a close-minded way of seeing things. You need to get away from the factual facts. You need to open your mind to ways beyond, to things beyond your reach. You'll never reach enlightenment if you don't start. The Habanera has started. It means the twilight of the gods in German, by the way. Well, you're on your own, bartender. Enjoy your new world order. What? A couple of nearby cars exploded, it seems. Oh, hell. Let me take a look out the window. Be careful. I see lots of flashes in the distance, most likely gunshots. Jill, come here a sec. What? About 5 gigabytes of reports proving that several White Knight squads have been used to cover. Illegal actions were released to the public by an unknown anarchist group. We're receiving reports of several units going rogue and using their weapons to hunt down anyone they find on the streets. Several counterterrorism forces from neighboring cities have been dispatched in order to subdue the crazed units after a plea from the vice president. We're still waiting for a declaration from Zaibatsu Core CEO on the subject. But until then, things are ugly in and outside of that bank, it seems. I'd recommend you stay here tonight. It's too dangerous to even think about going outside. What if they break in? They won't. Even then, our bar has quite the security system. And I'll be here protecting you, as an added bonus. Yeah, I guess I'll stay tonight. I'll get you the spare mattress I have. You mind sleeping in my office? No, I guess it's fine. Good. Let's hope everything gets solved by morning. I'll have Zenkanto on hand, just in case. The metal bat with nails? There's nothing it can't bash. She named it? She named it that? What? What a weeb. No wonder she dyes her hair white. Haha, get it? Wink wink, queen. Say, Gil, for it. Hope everything's better by tomorrow. That night seemed shorter than the others. Well, I'll take a drink, I guess. I got all this drink left and no... What do you mean, what? Never mind. Yeah, maybe I did call you a weeb. I bet you've watched an anime before. In fact, I know you did. Because we watched Pokemon Last Age of DQ, and that's an anime. Therefore, you're a weeb. I'm sorry. Okay, so... What are anime? Okay, so we got some pretty good money tonight. Not a whole lot, but pretty good. Pretty alright. Pretty fine. Didn't get the flawless service bonus. Got 2 mistakes, actually. I'm curious to know exactly what those were. I'm guessing the first drink to Jim Sterling was a mistake. Even though I have no idea how to actually get it right. I still don't know. There are multiple possibilities. What else would have been a mistake? I can't think of anything else. There was the time when I gave Dorothy the drink full of Karmatrine when she wanted non-alcoholic, but I loaded the game after that, so I don't know. Oh, sorry if I didn't see your message earlier, Colin. What is rendering resolution when running Silent Hill 3? I set it to 1024 by 768, I think, is what I had it at when I streamed it, when I speedran it. I'm not sure, is that what you're asking? Maybe I gave Taylor something wrong? I don't know. I'm not sure. Really not sure. I don't want to just keep drinking for no reason, so... Oh, it's not an option. I don't know what to tell you then. Sorry. Sleep tight. I'll protect you. $300. What a good boss. They call her she calls her best boss for a reason. No, Fire. You don't have to make what face. It's fine. Our boss is the best boss. And it's for a good reason. You don't have any reason to make that face. It's all fine. Everything's good. She'll protect us. She's got a cybernetic arm and everything. Alright. So those are our total funds. This is Jill. This is Boss. This is Gil. This is Dorothy. The top most of Dorothy's head. Okay, so that wasn't... Okay, before I said, oh, it seemed like that night was shorter than most nights. Well, I guess that's why, because that wasn't considered, like, a new thing, because we slept at the bar. So we still have some game to go, which is fine, because I still have a lot of White Russian left. Let me catch up on chat then. Oh, by the way, Boix, thank you for the host. I didn't mention it before because I was reading stuff in the game, but I did see it. Thank you very much. Anyone who's here from the Boix, this is Valhalla. It's a VN that involves tending to a bar, also known as bartending. You play as Jill. She is a bartender. This is your boss. Her name is Dana. She has a robot arm and white anime hair. Bunch of stuff in chat. I think I'm gonna skip over some of it for now, so I can kind of stay on track. If you get a bonus every night, why not just raise her pay? Well, she might not do well every night. Alright, good night, Kit Kat. Sleep tight. Rendering resolution or display resolution? Colin, since you've always been my boy, let me take this opportunity to see if I... Actually, you know what? No, I don't even have the game installed right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, maybe I do have it installed here. Okay, yeah, here. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, tomorrow, I'll try and get you an answer if you don't have it figured out by then. I can't remember exactly what all my settings were like. Sorry, man. Our boss is best boss, therefore she cannot be a bad boss. That is correct. Yeah, keep in mind $300 in Valhalla money is like $4. Alright. Rise and shine. Good morning. It's 11 a.m. though. That's morning for me on the weekends and any other day. How's everything outside? Still noisy, but forces have been deployed to take care of most of them at least. How so? Zaibatsu Corp's president is pleading with anyone to stop the rogue White Knights. Okay, I wanted to mention this before, but I got distracted. As I've mentioned multiple times, Sei, you know, she's a White Knight. She was stationed at the bank where there was the hostage situation. She was a guard. I think she was also taking part directly in the meeting they were having there. And the whole thing is, you know, we're worried about what's going to happen to Sei. Is she okay? We're going to see her again. So now that shit is getting real, like, everywhere, and that all sorts of bad things are happening. At first I was pretty confident about Sei being okay and that we would see her again. But now that things are just like going to shit everywhere, I'm really kind of curious if that's the case. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Sei come into the bar again. Or, alternatively, maybe she's one of the rogue White Knights they're talking about. In which case, also, we probably wouldn't see her again. Realistically. Anyway. Neighboring city forces were deployed quickly and have subdued most of the opposition. There have also been reports of White Knights just freezing, like they were petrified somehow. You make it sound like some god suddenly decided to put everything in place. Well, I'm just glad no bullets are flying in and out of the whole building. Sure, there are still some bad apples out, and it's not really safe yet, but it was worse last night. There also seems to be a civilian force lynching any White Knight they spot. Did Sei ever get her helmet back? Yeah. On day 3, I believe, she came back to the bar, and we gave her helmet back. And that's also when we met Catgirl. She and Sei know each other. They talked. Let's change the channel. So not only are the White Knights a problem, regular folks are on edge too. I wonder if Sei is okay. You know, I hate to boil everything in this game down to like being an analog to real life problems, but I kind of have a feeling that's part of what's intended. And I wonder if this whole White Knight thing is meant to be like, you know, they're analogous to real life police. And I mean, because, you know, in real life, in the year of our Lord 2016, there's kind of a big you know, a big issue going on, whether you whatever, you know what I mean. There's a big thing with the police force, right? Whether you agree it's a thing or not, there are many people who think it's a thing. And I wonder if this whole White Knight issue is meant to be analogous to that. Should we be worried about Gil? That kid knows how to take care of himself. I'm sure that whatever it is that he's doing, he's safe. Dare I say even safer wherever he is than here. Thanks, Ed. Really helps me out. I sure hope so. Are we gonna work today? Nah, things are too nasty right now. Let's take the Sunday off. Oh, alright. Say, you want me to help you get to your apartment? Actually, yeah, I'd appreciate that. Okay then, let me lock things up and we'll go. We'll grab something for lunch on the way. Sounds good. Whoa, what is this? This is new? Valhalla, cyberpunk bartending action. Home sweet home. Thanks a lot. Hey boss, wanna hang out for a bit? Hmm? Yeah, grab a beer, chill out for a bit, mostly to thank you for helping me. Well, I don't have much to do anyway, so yeah, sure. I did tell you you should invite me to your apartment sometime, did I? Oh yeah, you did. What worries me a bit is that beer always leads to something else. To more beer? I was gonna say to one of us going through the Spanish announcer's table, but I think we're safe here. Come on in then. Excuse me? Want one? Sorry, I don't smoke. Never mind me though, smoke if you wanna. Thanks. Say, how is the chilly weather treating you? It gets cold from time to time, but nothing the kotatsu and the heater can't fix. Oh right, boss, you're not very good with the cold, are you? You know it. You didn't bring your jacket here either. Yeah, I left it at home when going to the bar yesterday. It wasn't that cold and I didn't expect to spend the night at the bar. Would you like a sweater or something? Ah, don't mind me. I insist. Have this hoodie from some... I'll stop. Let me stop. Because I'm not good at that. I tried, and I'm not good at it. I insist. I have this hoodie from some time ago, and it was too big for me. Why buy it, then? It was dirt cheap. Right. Wait, where did you get this one? I don't know. Some flea market ages ago. Nothing. It's just like I had one. It's just like one I had many years ago. What happened to it? Too much use. It just ripped. All right. Good luck with the thing, Queen. I'll probably be there before long. I see. You can keep it if you want. I never use it anyway. We'll see. Come to think of it, how old are you, boss? I'm eternally 17. Ooh, I like that. Fair enough. 17 plus how much? 17 plus I'd have to cut your tongue if you knew. Alright. Let me go change into something more comfortable. Take your time. Hey, it's our boy. It's our girl. Whoever, whichever. I don't know. It's a cat. Say, Jill, there's a blue-eyed massive black fur glaring in my general direction. Oh, that's just Foray. He's wary of any new visitors. Cats will be cats, I guess. He'll warm up quickly, though. Just give him time. He's unusual-looking. Blue eyes on a black cat. They usually have green. Yeah, weird, huh? At first, I thought they were like that because he was small, but they never changed. Do you have any pets, boss? Back at home, we had a bear. Ah, I see. What? Good old Bosco. He kept intruders away better than any dog. Right. This picture here isn't something you see every day. That is really cute. What? Me taking such a sappy pic? No, a framed picture on printed paper. It's so... vintage. Who are these? Oh, that's, the one on the right is Lenore, my ex-girlfriend. Okay, so as I was talking about the other night, yeah, apparently Jill is, like, canonically bisexual. So, there you go. And that's, like, the thing that, you know, makes it blatant. The one on the right is Gabrielle, her sister. Huh. Is this pic recent, or... Actually, that one's from 3 or 4 years ago. You look exactly the same. I'm only 27, what'd you expect? That's why they say kids are the ones that get old. Thought it was recent because you don't usually see people displaying pictures of their exes so openly. let alone a printed and framed one. Did you two break up on good terms then? You even hesitated a bit when calling her your ex. Let's just say that everything ended up with both of us saying mean things, and me storming out of her house, breaking a couple of things on the way out. We never broke up formally, and I guess I still have feelings for her. I just went away, haven't said a word since. Really? It's hard to picture you doing such a thing. You look so happy on the pic. Why have her pick out like this then? I just couldn't get my mind off something that Alma said to me. About missing having the warmth of someone being pressed against your side. Using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs, putting your head in their chest, listening to their breathing as they pet your head, dozing off knowing they're there, watching you, protecting you. She is word for word reciting what Alma said the other night, so even though her reaction to what Alma was saying was pretty lukewarm, apparently it actually had a pretty big effect on her. That's interesting. That's really interesting to me. I don't know. I felt nostalgic, then miserable. I'll just put this away. I've been meaning to apologize, but I feel like it's too late now. Whenever I go out, there's this fear in the back of my head that I'll meet her in the street. I just don't know if I could face her again, let alone talk to her. I'd be a mess. It's never too late to apologize, Jill. Maybe. What's that on the table? Looks like an invite. It's nothing. Nothing. Now, please give that to me. Alright. I saw nothing, don't worry. Let's take a drink. Anyway, let's grab some beers. Guide me. Shine Spark out. 5511 Kiramiki. Oh, I didn't read the last line. Damn, you have lots of beer. Well, the BTC gives me discounts and a point card where I can use every time I buy their alcohol. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, GameBot. It's her, shining fingered subscription thing. With that, beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. Is there any difference between the drinks at the bar and these? No, the drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavorful, and also stronger than the ones they sell in stores. What is this? Can I hit this right now? I can. And besides, the one in the bar is more of a double IPA. This one is more of a Pilsner. In English, please. A little animation. If I keep making Jill drink, I mean, will she do something different? This one's lighter in color and lighter in flavor. I don't know, it doesn't taste like like it's lighter to me. This one's made with what? What was the name of the base liquid used at the bar again? Carmitrine, baby. Never mind. Neutrogenic dichometrical ligenogel or NDL. It was a supplement or something, right? It was an experiment fluid they created to replace water when the maiden kiss polluted water supplies. The effects of pollution turned out to be temporary, so NDL never went into mass production. But the BTC still commissioned it for use in bars. And is this one made with it? Let's see. Yep, here it is, near the end, NDL and cornstarch. Save some for the boss. Yeah, right, dude. Cornstarch. It serves as a stabilizer, if I remember correctly. They need it for packaged drinks. I'm starting to get pretty tipsy myself, IRL, so this is a pretty good analog. Like, you know, I keep saying Jill is my top choice for waifu in Valhalla, for my waifu, as my hero Kimura Sensei would say. But as I've pointed out, Jill is the player character. She is, dude, Drek. I know what's up, okay? Anyway, as I've talked about, Jill is, of course, the player character. She's supposed to be more of, you know, you're playing through her, so you're not really supposed to pick her as your waifu. I don't care though. But anyway, point is, I'm getting pretty drunk. She should get pretty drunk too, if that's an option. Right? It serves as a stabilizer, if I remember correctly. They need it for packaged drinks. I see, and I just realized something. What? You're a nerd, Jill. Guilty as charged. There's my alcohol collection if you feel like getting anything else. Those bottles over there? I can't afford a fancy fridge or whatever for them, so I have to put them in plain sight. I'm guessing if some authority on alcohol came in here, he'd stab me for crimes against beverages or something. Anyway, many of them are still drinkable. That's probably true, Ed. It's just shitty beer, though. Her face is red. I didn't even notice. I could get you some of the absinthe I brought to the bar if you want. I'm not an Oscar Wilde kind of person, sadly. I'm more of a Theodore Roosevelt girl. I have a teddy bear in my closet, but I don't think you can drink it. Nah, that's what Wait, you do? I'm not ashamed of Dr. Fluff, but it just so happens I have a cat. And I don't want the bear's filling spilled all over the place. Oh. Anyway, beer's fine, don't worry. If you say so. Where did that collection come from, anyways? Calling it a collection is too generous, I think. I got it from my grandpa. He made a will where the only thing stipulated was that I got them. That's sweet. I've already done some of it over the years, though. Half of them have colored water instead of alcohol. I guess you'd need to be an expert or something to notice the difference. Yeah, I make sure the water's the right color, though. Bottom line, if you want to taste anything from it, let me know. You're too kind. On a side note, it surprises me that you kept that poster of me in the room, and even more that you hung it in plain sight. When I gave it to you, it was more or less a joke, you know? Does it make you uncomfortable? If it doesn't make you uncomfortable, why would it make me uncomfortable? It's my own face. I'm still wondering why you did it, though. Aside from filling an empty spot in the wall, I don't really know. I thought it was funny, too. I guess it's like if someone gave you, I don't know, a dildo-shaped trophy or something, and you had it there as a conversation starter. Although no one comes here anyway, so it's kind of pointless. What? Those steamy nights of passion? Not since a year ago, I think. And I'd rather not talk about what happened then. Did someone hurt you? Because if they did, I can go dish out the pain. No, nothing of the sort. A different kind of mess. Uncomfortable mess. Not being able to have sex for reasons mess. Glad to know you have my back, though. That's what friends are for. Wait, you talk about the poster and compare it to having a dildo-shaped trophy. Did you just call me dildo face? That's what friends are for. Hey, Jill. Where'd you get that black forehead ball? Well, as with any black cat or house cat in general, he's actually a stray. I found him in the alleyways near the building. Not long after I moved here, I think. It was quite the sight, though. He was cornered by all these dogs, but they were keeping their distance. He was holding his ground, hissing and scratching as much as he could. There was a fried chicken bucket nearby that had some rainwater in it, so I threw the water over the dogs. They ran, and I figured the cat's mom would be nearby, so I left. Then I noticed people looking in my direction as I walked. Turns out the little shit had started following me. So, you brought it home. At first, I wanted to see if I could find him a new home, but having him welcome me whenever I came back was just too much for my heart, so he ended up staying. It was destiny, girl. When he came, he was so cute, though, not like the fat mess that's sleeping on the table. Hey, not a spring chicken yourself, you know. Oh, shit. I actually did that in front of someone else. So my speculation up to this point was correct. Chill. Anyway. Don't anyway me. Do you normally speak for your cat like that? Maybe. Okay, so for anyone who's still here from Azrae's raid, or from Boix's raid, or from Sans raid, let me clarify something. In this, in the Valhalla universe, it is canonical that there have been technological advancements that can give dogs near human intelligence, and in fact, one of the main plot points is the day before the first day that you play in the game, a bunch of near human intelligence corgis came to the bar and had like a business meeting. And that's the thing. So up to this point, I've been saying like, okay, so is Jill's cat augmented in the same way? Like, is it actually talking to her? Because it's been, you know, it's had the same procedure done to give it near human intelligence? Or is she just like imagining her cat talking to her? I thought, like, going by Occam's razor here, I thought the first explanation was the correct one that I was supposed to infer. Apparently no, it's the second one. So that's pretty... that's cute. Do the dogs play poker at the bar? I mean, probably. I'd be sorely disappointed if they didn't. Ed, dogs, corgis conduct business differently. Of course they were playing poker. Are you stupid? Okay, do you normally speak for your cat like that? Maybe. I wonder if Gil's alright. You worried about him? You make it sound like I'm some kind of emotionless robot. By the way, her speaking for her cat, I'm pretty I would imagine that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't made her chug a bunch of beer. You're lying down now. You don't remember me starting in the amusement parks during my speed game. Well, I did. Yeah. In Silent Hill 3, if you're speedrunning, yeah, you always start in the amusement park. Sorry. If you're playing on easy and I believe normal, you can skip that by just falling down the hole at the beginning. If you're playing on, if you're playing on normal or hard. If you're playing on easy, you can't. No, it's not particularly weird. You're just misremembering. It happens. You make it sound like I'm some kind of emotionless robot. You can be hard to read. I wouldn't worry about Gil so much, though. There's three things I know for certain about him. First, he can take care of himself. Second, you can sincerely trust him. And third, he absolutely hates bell pepper. He does? I've seen him even reject food that has been in contact with it. Man, what a baby. Unless he's allergic or something. He's not. Man, what a baby. How'd you meet such a guy? He showed up in the door of the bar. He what? Well, it was shortly after the whole incident with Robert and the levitation potion. Right, levitation potion. It was a slow day, and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have money on him. Couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave him drinks for free, and after a couple, he broke down crying. Huh? I don't know what he did, but he was really, really regretting it. He wanted a second chance or whatever, and I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. And I'll be damned, he looked totally different the next day. Damn. I tried and failed to find out anything about him, so I decided to take him at face value. I judge him from what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escapade, he's been as loyal gets. I return the favor in kind, covering his ass from time to time, sometimes literally. What surprises me is that you took him in so easily. I can take care of myself, and I always kept an eye on him. And besides, after the whole Robert thing, I couldn't ignore someone that desperate so easily. I see. You've made the bar more lively yourself, you know? How so? Well, with the regulars you've earned, of course. Like that blonde titty hacker. I can't remember her name. Alma? I was gonna say Armitage. I'm too drunk to think of the name. That's a Neuromancer reference. Eben. Simply Eben. Good night, GameBot. Thanks for watching. Well, she's hot. I'll give her that much. She's also a nice person in general, but damn, she's hot. Damn, Jill. Are you alright, Jill? Yeah, why? It's weird to see you say so openly that someone's hot. What? Even you can see she has a hot body, boss. You'll find no objections here. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about taking her to her room and... Jill, you sure you aren't drunk? I am. I mean, I'm sure I'm not. I mean... But those are thoughts I leave to myself. I don't think I could handle her in a relationship. She has weird standards. That she's as straight gets. She's still a lovely person, though. That she became a regular is a blessing. Any regular is a blessing when you get down to it. There's also that sex worker robot girl, who is based as fuck. Ah, Dorothy. She intrigues me, though. I've seen lots of sex workers over the years, and she seems pretty giddy. It's not that she likes her job, but rather she takes to it with such childish excitement. I've kind of noticed that too, but then again, Lilim can be weird. You think? Lilim operate in some really foreign logic. I mean, they don't really share our fear of mortality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed up in the collective source. If they lose an arm, they can reattach it or replace it. Depending on the circumstance, they might not even feel pain at all. It's not like they haven't attained human-like emotions like fear or love, but they're different. Like a different culture, if you must. I didn't see it that way. Aside from that, Dorothy is a DFC 72. It's a social interactions model or something. How much drink do I have left? Not much. Lilim get positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose. So, yeah, Chandelian. She is a DFC 72. Important detail. That's her model number. I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Tiger. The name Lilim is a bit weird, though. It is? Yeah, you'd expect them to be called bots or dolls, but Lilim doesn't convey the image of automatons. Just a tip, bots and dolls are considered slurs by them. Bot is akin to calling them retarded, and doll is like calling them fake. Thanks for the advice. That aside, do you know why they're called Lilim? As far as I know, because they all come from a bigger AI called Lilith. And Lilim are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Oh, cool. Hey, speaking of names, why don't you like being called by your full name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julianne for almost... and you almost tore me a new one with your glare. See? Like that. It's no big secret, but it's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Try me. Well, did you ever watch Model Warrior, Julianne? Not all of it, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything from the dolls to the costumes, lunchboxes. Couldn't help that it was one of those shows that got strapped literally everywhere. I saw a couple of episodes once. They were really nice. It was beyond nice. The show's about a model who can transform into an armor-clad magic knight. She fights demons born from greed and vanity. How the show presented Jules hating her job because it invited enemies, and yet still found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julianne was an adult that became younger when transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kids show, even by today's standards. Just the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image. Challenging as fuck. Whoa, you got excited there. Yeah, and that's the problem. Back then, I was obsessed with Jules. I sang the songs, dressed like her. I could even recite full chapters. Something tells me you still can. That's beside the point. It was nice while I was in elementary school, but then I went to middle school, and what a surprise, tweens are jackasses. They went out of their way to tease me about the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Jules. I always hold my grudge against those fuck jobs. Sounds rough. You know how most girls worry about their thighs at that age. I worried about jerkasses singing the theme tune of the show mocking me. Anyways, every time someone calls me Julianne or Jules, I instinctively react negatively. Pavlov would be proud of me. I never talk about it because I find the whole thing too silly in retrospect. And yet it affects you even today. There's nothing wrong with it though. It's actually kind of reasonable. I sure hope so. Come to think of it, what kind of kid were you, boss? When I was a toddler, I was the kind that always fight with kids bigger than me. Then puberty happened and I became the Merriam-Webster definition of shallow jerkwad. Around the time I turned 16, I realized what an idiot I was and went on to become who I am today. And the less I talk about those years from 12 to 15, the better. Fair enough. Say, boss, how do you like the men? 2D? Wow. Talk about on the nose with your references, boy. 2D? Yes, I don't mind anything. As long as that thing is cute or 2D. How about you? Back in high school, I liked them funny. In college, I liked them successful. After a while, I just wanted them stable. And now... I don't know. I stopped caring about them being funny. My high school boyfriend started conflating cheering me up with mocking me when I'm down. I also stopped caring about them being successful. I realized half the time they had no qualms about cheating with me or on me. And I stopped caring about them being stable. I realized they were the kind of person I was trying not to become. Not become stable? There was this guy who became so obsessed with holding a stable job that he hated. He started being physically ill. Not only that, the last time I managed to get some, I ended up throwing the guy out. He took incredible offense with how I smoked on the bed after sex. The bed could catch fire, you know. Not you too. I only envy Alma. I kind of envy Alma for that. At least when she dumps a guy, it's for less petty reasons. Are you okay? I'm fine. It's just... it all boils down to the fact I can't get my mind off Lenore lately. She was all of what I just said. She made me laugh, she had a good position, was stable, she was also smart, caring, and why can't I get my mind off the whole thing? It's maddening. Maybe I should go and apologize. Maybe I should. Maybe that'll make me rest easier at night and get my mind off things for a while. I don't even care about going back to her, but... Hey, Jill. Have you tried thinking about clothes for 4A? Talk about best boss, dude. Clothes for... Listen, I know how you must feel, but you can't let all of that cloud your senses. Next time you feel overwhelmed by those thoughts, try distracting yourself. Like with thinking what kind of clothes you can put on 4A. Your camera having an earthquake over there? Yeah, I bumped my camera stand, which is I've described it before. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like a, I don't know. It's like one of those bendy things. Like, see, I just bent it to put it in a different position. It's a stand that's just like rubbery on the outside and it's bendy. You can put it in any position you want, but if I just slightly tap it, it wobbles around like that. So that's the downside. It's normally not an issue when I'm like speedrunning, but when I'm like getting drunk and playing Valhalla, I'm gonna bump it, and it's gonna do that. Yeah, thank you, Fire. I appreciate it. You know, boss, I'm a bit curious about your circle of friends. What kind of people do you have in it? Keep in mind, you're included in the circle too, so any insult you hurl will apply right back at you. Anyways, I have this friend I've known for a long time. Red-headed, glasses-wearing, a gun nut called Iris. The one you called for the helmet thing? Yeah, that one. She's managing a BTC bar in Panama right now, if I remember correctly. She's managing a bar too? I got the idea from her, actually. Oh. It's called In1RV Anna. Huh. And if you thought this city was dangerous, you should see the people she has to deal with there. Piracy ain't nothing to fuck with. And means it's an annex to another business. What else does she do there? I thought the bar was originally her hotel's bar. She moved the bar to its own building elsewhere and opened In1RV and B in the hotel instead. Weird decision. I believe she said she wanted a place away from the noisy rich tourists that go to the hotel. So that bar is her woman cave. Woman cave. That aside, let's see, friends. I guess there's also my little sister, but that's a given. Oh, there's also my old partner from when I was with the Neo San Francisco police force. Good old Lexi. Should give her a call sometime. Wait, you were in the what? I've done lots of things, Joe. I spent a short time collaborating with the police force. I've been a wrestler, an MMA fighter. Dude. Talk about best boss. Chimney cleaner, lumberjack, pet shop attendant, corporate mascot, corporate what? I still see my face on some websites from time to time. Anyways, aside from you, Gil, my sis, Iris, and Lexi, I guess there are a lot of people that don't want to see me in harm's way. Mostly because they're the ones that want to hurt me. What about you? I guess I have acquaintances here and there. Back at home in college, I went out a lot. But it felt more like going out was the pleasure rather than the people involved. Aside from you and Gil, my closest friend since moving here is Alma. Oh, and Dorothy. I mean, sure, there's always Fora, but that cat's a hermit that refuses to go out. And you know, he's a cat. This has got to be my favorite of all the references this game has made so far. Other than perhaps, I would say it's tied with making Dorothy's model a DFC. Those two are tied. This and that are tied. Boss. Hey, boss. How did you lose your V card? V... Huh? You know, your V card. Your first time. Your deflowering. Oh, that. Well. I'm legally bound to not disclose that information. Does that mean you lost it? Can't disclose that information. Come on. Just give me a hint or... Jill. Bad things will happen for everyone if that info is revealed in any way. Alright, sheesh. I can only say this. The whole thing is related to my mechanical arm. Great. Now you're just teasing me. Any reason you want to know that? Well, everyone's first time is always a mess, but I've always... I guess that was a typo there. I've always wanted to know if it was as messy a first time as mine. What happened? Well, I got all lovey-dovey with my first boyfriend, and when we both got naked, I... Huh? I saw his... I saw his dick, and I just... I started laughing. What? Got nervous? Nervous? No, I just find dicks funny. You... Huh? They're funny. They're... They have a sack attached to them, and they grow, and they're just... They're just stupid meat rods. I'm guessing this line of dialogue wouldn't have happened if I hadn't made her chug all the beer. So, how did your boyfriend react? He went flaccid from the laughter, and it just shrunk and went limp. I had to work it out for a bit so I couldn't control my laughter, but it's so hard. They're just so stupid. Stupid meat rods. Jill? Ah, there she goes. Well, let's see how to move her back inside before she catches a cold. Chapter 2. Armaga. I forgot there were chapters. I forgot we were on chapter 1. That's interesting. Your electricity bill will be sent out on the 24th. Please make sure you have the $8,000 needed. Jill is curious about a Daruma she saw. Getting one will prevent her from becoming too distracted. Have a nice day. Okay. So we do have to pay rent, it turns out. Our membership to Shining Fingered is not sufficient. We need to pay rent, and that's $8,000 per month, apparently. Well, it didn't even say that's rent, it said that's electricity. Does that... I mean, you know, in terms of video game logic, I'm guessing that's rent. But is it really? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just utilities. Because if that's the case, I might be fucked. Anyway, found out a lot about Jill, which is good. I'm glad we had that kind of day because I've been saying multiple times, Jill is probably my top choice at this point. Jill herself. And we haven't actually had a whole lot of characterization for Jill up to that point. We have had a lot of characterization for Jill now. That day, that was more about Jill than anything. I gotta say, she's less relatable than she ever was before, but she is more of a character than she ever was before, so, you know, it's good. She'd still be my top choice, just to be clear. You know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Just have to keep playing. Just keep going. Good taste in wall color. Thank you, Smoo. It's pretty good, I agree. Matches Jill's shirt. She went from being literally you to being Jill. That's a great way of putting it, Ed. Thank you for putting it that way. I did pick it out. Yeah, I picked out the green. Okay. Do I have any drink left? Yeah, I have a little bit. Let me just finish it off right here. Do I find dicks funny? No, not really. Not particularly. Well, let me clarify. I find a lot of humor. I find dick jokes funny. I find a lot of humor that happens to involve dicks funny, but I don't find dicks inherently funny. I'll put it that way. Jill seems to find dicks inherently funny, and that's where we differ. Like if I was gonna try and, you know, be Jill's guy, I'd be kind of worried about her attitude regarding dicks. You know, make me feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe she's gonna laugh at my dick just on the account that it's a dick. I'm not sure I'd really like that. I'd put up with it. You know, she's still Jill. I still like her. She's still my choice. She's still my pick. But all I'm trying to say is, I just don't think dicks are that funny. Not the way she does. They do grow, though. You're right, Tiger. They do grow. And that's fair. It's fair to acknowledge that they grow. Let me finish this last little bit of drink off. Ed, oh my god, dude. I'm not trying to, like, hug your nuts or anything, Ed, but you have been on a fucking roll tonight. Don't think I haven't noticed. Don't think for a second that I haven't noticed that you have been super clever in chat tonight. Because you have. And that's an example right there. Okay. That's going to have to be it for me. It's 1 o'clock. I've promised myself I'm going to get on a proper sleep schedule. There is a stream, a particular stream. Well, let me double check, make sure this actual stream is happening. 1 sec. No problem, Tiger. There she is. She's streaming. Okay. Miss Queen Ulu, who was in chat earlier, of course. Chat regular of mine, friend of mine, is streaming. She is doing pixel art right now for sub emotes for somebody. I don't know. Queen is streaming. I'm going to host her. That's going to be that. I'm going to watch a bit of her stream before I go to bed, probably. Kind of wind down. That's going to be that. Wait. First, I need to save the game. It would be retarded if I didn't do that. Save, okay. I saved the game. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll stream more Valhalla on probably Tuesday. I'll try to stream a little earlier if I can, Smooth. 10 hours earlier, no, because 10 hours earlier I'm at work. Sorry, dude. That's just how it has to be. Okay, good night, y'all.